All right, let's dive into an important concept in Flutter, widgets. But before we do, have you noticed how we talked about arguments in the previous video? Functions, like our runApp, can sometimes require input values to work correctly. These input values are known as parameters when defining a function and as arguments when calling a function. Throughout this course, I'll use these terms interchangeably. So runApp needs one argument to function. This is necessary for it to know what to display on the screen. And what does it need to display? The user interface, of course. That's where widgets come into play. Widgets are the fundamental building blocks of any Flutter app's user interface. Unlike some other platforms where you might use a visual drag-and-drop editor to build your UI, in Flutter, everything is done in code with widgets. You'll find that you often combine many widgets together, nesting them within each other to create what we call a widget tree. This tree structure starts with a root widget at the top, which can have child widgets, and those children can have their own children, depending on the complexity of the UI you are building. Now, all these terms, widgets, widget tree, might seem a bit abstract right now, but don't worry, it will all make perfect sense as we progress through the course. Flutter's approach to building interfaces by combining and nesting widgets allows for a highly customizable and efficient UI design. Let's take a look at this short piece of code where we're setting up a button in the center of the screen. Inside this code, we have a text widget displaying the message "Press Button." This text widget is tucked inside an elevated button widget. By nesting the text widget inside the button, we effectively create a button that not only performs an action when pressed, but also displays our message right on it. Flutter comes packed with a variety of built-in widgets that you can use right away in your projects. Widgets for buttons, form inputs, and layout management, to name a few. But the true power of Flutter lies in the ability to create your own custom widgets, which we will definitely explore in detail throughout this course. Coming back to our project, as we can see here, runApp requires a widget, or more precisely, a widget tree, to tell Flutter what to display on the screen. The big question now is, which widget do we use, and how do we actually add a widget in our code? This is what we're going to learn next. Stay tuned as we start putting these widgets to work and see how they help us build something truly interactive and engaging.